Welcome to another episode of Park Sharks. And after many, many years of hard work, traveling, and skating, we finally made it to episode 50. Today we're at the Gulfport skate park in Gulfport, Florida. Let's check it out. So Gulfport is south of Tampa. It's a small little area, but there's a lot here, and this park is sick.
This has such a good scene, and it's amazing that Gulfport put this skate park out here. We got Campbell Park, which is kind of like the city park, and this is the one you can go to get away.
You're gonna notice that it's a little bit small, but you're not gonna care because every single thing here is built perfectly. It's so nice. I believe it's only a couple of years old. It's super smooth. There's no damage to it. The only problem that I ran into was rain. I came here multiple times and I got rained out twice, so that was kind of a pain, but I lucked out. The rain passed today and I was able to get some footage. So the layout is pretty straightforward. Everything's almost just set up in a line, but there's just like a little pocket off to the side.
And they really did a great job for a small park, creating like organic flow. I love skating like I'm attacking the whole thing. It's one continuous session line, and you can do that here, so it's super fun.
There's quarters on both ends, there's a center section, there are some ledges and a manual pad on the edge, and then on the other side, there's some transition that you can either use to flow back into the park, or you can just kind of sit in that area. The transition is, for me personally, it's for how tall everything is, it's a little bit too steep, but it's not a problem once you get used to it. It skates really, really well. All of the coping is perfect. Everything is smooth. The concrete is great. I can tell that it's gonna last a really, really long time. There's one smaller quarter pipe where mostly everybody kind of like starts in that area and then flows into the park. And then on the other side, there's a larger quarter pipe and there's no back to it, so it can be kind of scary the first time skating it, but it's not that bad. And that one's got pool coping on it, so it's pretty cool. The other transition, other than just those two quarter pipes, is what I was talking about earlier, is kind of off to the side. So there's one that kind of goes around like a pool, and there's like a little hip on it. That's good for just like flowing and getting speed and stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. And then the other one, it's more so like a bank, like it doesn't have coping on it. There's just a flat edge, and the transition into it is curved, and then it goes up into like a bank. There's like this weird hip on the bank. It's not even much of a hip. I don't even know the angle of the degrees, but it's definitely not 90 degrees or whatever hips usually are. It was tough to skate. It was really scary because it's so steep. I was just trying to get a frontside 180 into it, and I wouldn't commit because it's so steep going back into it, but eventually I got it. That was a lot of fun. I've never skated anything like that. All of the ledges are really nice. There's one smaller ledge off to the side, and then on the other side, there is a manual pad with two ledges connected to it. I didn't skate it a whole bunch, but the manual pad is really long. Yeah, I don't always see really long manual pads. Like it's probably like 15 feet long, maybe a little bit longer, something like that. So it was a lot of fun skating. My favorite thing here, and it's probably a lot of other people's favorite thing, is the A-frame. Instead of just like a typical fun box in the middle, they put an A-frame, and you don't see those a lot, but they're popping up more and more in more modern skate parks. And they're a lot of fun because they're really versatile. It's got one rail on one side that can hit from either way, and then you can also do tricks over the rail, and then you can just skate the banks like normal, and that's a lot of fun. So you don't have to worry about going over a flat like you would typically on a fun box. So with an A-frame, you can just have fun, low impact, doing tricks over the frame. It's a lot of fun. Probably the most unique thing out here is not actually the park itself, it's the location. It's right here next to a beach. Probably only about 30 or 40 feet from the sand, so you can come out here and relax after a long day of skating. I just love the vibes out here. It's so nice. Like, it's just really chill. There's like a park area around here, and just the beach atmosphere is really cool. There's always boats out on the water. Even though it's small, like, it's so chill out here. I really enjoy it. All the guys that I've met out here have been pretty cool guys, just skating, having fun, you know. This park is actually near a lot of other parks because it's in the Tampa area. It's actually right next to St. Pete, and St. Pete has an amazing skate park that I haven't covered yet, but there's a couple of other parks like in the area that aren't too far of a drive. I wouldn't say this is the best park in the area, but if you want something like this that's next to the beach and just is really chill, by all means come out here and just float and have a good time.
Yeah, it was super dope that Gulfport decided to make it free, accessible, you know, skate at your own risk. It's open to the community as everything else is. We got a basketball court right there. You know, they got lights at the basketball court. You know, we probably need some here at Gulfport, and that's not a complaint. It's just a thing. I'd love to help make that happen if I can with the city. But ultimately, it's a blessing, right? You know, come here as soon as sun's up. It's my favorite time here till sundown. And sometimes when a really cool dude with Park Shark shows up with lights, you get extra time on the hip. I'm from the area, and I moved to Atlanta in 2010 with the idea of turning recycled skateboards into some jewelry. I was working with silversmithing. I had learned to make rings and metal objects. And then seeds were planted and stuff kind of got out of control in a good way. I just followed the opportunity, showed up, and now I take lightly used recycled skateboards and turn them into jewelry, art projects, and other stuff for people to enjoy. Make sure you check out Pure Nuggets brand on social media and go to boltonboard.com.
Thanks for sticking around and checking out the 50th episode of Park Sharks. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna keep producing these as long as I possibly can. And here's what's coming up next. But as for the park itself, man, it's pretty bad.